Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the platform. It's your brother BOLO V&R, and we in the building. You understand? Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. Tell a friend, tell some more friends. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. You understand? You know, we have to do the right thing, guys. That's a code.
10 years, you say.
10 years, I'm saying.
10 long years, and look how Jamaica stay.
Jamaica stay, bro.
No light, no road, no food, can we play? People are suffer, while Andrew live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through, I left the people here. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. They hear LP friends, them feel like rice, road still full of hope. I was pocket do I feel, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, people can't get bed, no. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet, well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in the politics we ever see. All it's time for go. Time for go. The people, them say no. We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not on the door. All it's time for go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. All this time we go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You're bringing the poverty while your own people cry. We born and we grow, we bleed for this land. We say wake up, the top, extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Who's crack up parish council, bro? Country suffocate, done and it just smoke. And when we raise revise so call we political, but the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical.
All this time to go.
Time to go. The people,
them say no.
We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
All this time to go.
From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. All this our time to go. We no want no hype, we no want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people covered empty. How you live so large when we living so scanty? Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking and I know too late.
All this time to go.
Time to go.
The people, them say no.
We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
All this time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. All this time to go. This one is for every Jamaican.
Every Jamaican.
We can't afford feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road.
Hold on.
The people don't forget.
People don't forget, man. Think you forget? Jamaica, but we tell you.
This is another Crazy J.
Hey Andrew, a full time for you go now. Jamaica people never like you. Worst thing them can't trust you. Look how you sell out the Cubans and accept Americans. And you know say them no like we. And from morning them a fight with. Andrew, look what you do now. I worship you, make conduct. And you know we can't fight. Andrew, you said we are. Andrew, go fix up the road them. The hospital don't need doctor. The whole of Jamaica fracture. From we get the Melissa. People asleep on that day. Some asleep on floor. Andrew, you come from Jamaica. And you don't like the people.
Woman.
You make the country a suffer now.
Wicked.
Andrew, you don't remember when they say a Spanish town you're from. They say you're man and grow. Why you say we are? Shut up. Go feel the poor people in pain enough. Jamaica, don't make it get to your brain. Listen what I want. Jamaica, understand up for me right now. If I fight them all, we'll fight now. I know it's the time now. Come make we stand up like Marvin and Andre Stevens. And we are big up, we are lonesome.
Big up.
And them attack for we right now. We have to get rid of Brogan. The man wicked and lie. And just through money. And to sell we are.
Channel Star. One crazy journal, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up. That is it. That is it. Yes, man. The two antenna of clear, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Alright. Yes, so I'm going scripture. I think anyway, people, we have over the true scripture here. Alright, so that one.
Proverbs 19. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than a fool whose lips are perverse. Desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way? A person's own folly leads to their ruin, yet their heart rages against the Lord. Wealth attracts many friends, but even the closest friend of the poor person deserts them. A false witness will not go unpunished, and whoever pours out lies will not go free. Many curry favor with a ruler, and everyone is the friend of one who gives gifts. The poor are shunned by all their relatives. How much more do their friends avoid them? Though the poor pursue them with pleading, they are nowhere to be found. The one who gets wisdom loves life. The one who cherishes understanding will soon prosper. A false witness will not go unpunished, and whoever pours out lies will perish. It is not fitting for a fool to live in luxury. How much worse for a slave to rule over princes. A person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. A king's rage is like the roar of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. A foolish child is a father's ruin, and a quarrelsome wife is like the constant dripping of a leaky roof. Houses and wealth are inherited from parents, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Laziness brings on deep sleep, and the shiftless go hungry. Whoever keeps commandments keeps their life, but whoever shows contempt for their ways will die. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. Discipline your children, for in that there is hope. Do not be a willing party to their death. A hot-tempered person must pay the penalty. Rescue them, and you will have to do it again. Listen to advice and accept discipline, and at the end you will be counted among the wise. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. What a person desires is unfailing love. Better to be poor than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life. Then one rests content, untouched by trouble. A sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He will not even bring it back to his mouth. Flog a mocker, and the simple will learn prudence. Rebuke the discerning, and they will gain knowledge. Whoever robs their father and drives out their mother is a child who brings shame and disgrace. Stop listening to instruction, my son, and you will stray from the words of knowledge. A corrupt witness mocks at justice, and the mouth of the wicked gulps down evil. Penalties are prepared for mockers, and beatings for the backs of fools. Proverbs 17. Better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. A prudent servant will rule over a disgraceful son, and will share the inheritance as one of the family. The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart. A wicked person listens to deceitful lips, a liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. Whoever mocks the poor shows contempt for their maker. Whoever gloats over disaster will not go unpunished. Children's children are a crown to the aged, and parents are the pride of their children. Eloquent lips are unsuited to a godless fool. How much worse lying lips to a ruler. A bribe is seen as a charm by the one who gives it. They think success will come at every turn. Whoever would foster love covers over an offense, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. A rebuke impresses a discerning person. More than 100 lashes a fool. Evildoers foster rebellion against God. The messenger of death will be sent against them. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool bent on folly. Evil will never leave the house of one who pays back evil for good. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam, so drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent.
Yes, I definitely book of wisdom. Mighty God, no, never play that back. No, man. Starting a quarrel is like releasing a dam. You know what is a dam? The water pile up in a big house. A tsunami a come by in. Mighty, but they nobody start no quarrel. No, man.
Whoever foster rebellion against God, the messenger of death will be sent against them. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool bent on folly. Evil will never leave the house of one who pays back evil for good. Starting a quarrel is like breathing.
Evil will never leave the house of those that pay back evil for what? Evil for good?
Evil will never leave the house of one who pays back evil for good. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam, so drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent, the Lord detests them both. Why should fools have money in hand to buy wisdom, when they are not able to understand it? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. One who has no sense shakes hands in pledge and puts up security for a neighbor. Whoever loves a quarrel loves sin. Whoever builds a high gate invites destruction. One whose heart is corrupt does not prosper. One whose tongue is perverse falls into trouble. To have
Jamaica, there's a difference between riches and prosperity. Let me play that again. No, man, let me play that again.
Fools have money in hand to buy wisdom, when they are not able to understand it. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. One who has no sense shakes hands in pledge and puts up security for a neighbor. Whoever loves a quarrel loves sin. Whoever builds a high gate invites destruction. One whose heart is corrupt does not prosper. One whose tongue is perverse falls into trouble.
One whose heart is corrupt does not prosper. Wow. You can't get riches enough, but prosper? Never that.
To have a fool for a child brings grief. There is no joy for the parent of a godless fool. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. The wicked accept bribes in secret to pervert the course of justice. A discerning person keeps wisdom in view, but a fool's eyes wander to the ends of the earth. A foolish son brings grief to his father and bitterness to the mother who bore him. If imposing a fine on the innocent is not good, surely to flog honest officials is not right. The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered. Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues.
Even fools are thought wise if they hold their tongues. Man, if they stay quiet. Boy, hey, listen, man. Hey, those are some new proverbs that I will start playing on this platform on a daily basis if possible. Wow. Let's go to our original keeper right here.
Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord, and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet for a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. But the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be for ever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. The wicked borroweth, and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy, and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful, and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil, and do good, and dwell for evermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved for ever. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein for ever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found.
See that part of the scripture there? No matter how big a thing somebody is, and they're wealthy, and them have power, everybody time I come. Hi Joanne, what are you doing? Asgo, Ryan Campbell, big up. Let's continue.
Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him.
This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know where you guys are watching from. My name is BOLO V&R. This is a 2.0 platform. What I want to start off the show tonight is, man, this was a clinic. How can I put it? This was a economic clinic, historical clinic, right? That was dropped on Colin Bell show. And yo, stuff is like this. I gotta highlight, record, and post, man. Alright, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Again, please welcome and please remember to like and share the video. The super chat is available. The pinned comment is there. You know, a poll. There might be a poll somewhere. Participate in the poll. Hit the like button and comment. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Don't just be silent watchers. Whether I am live, whether I am, you know, recording and you're watching the recording, it doesn't matter. Drop a comment. Usually I do premieres. So this would be a premiere and you'll be able to see the live premiere if you catch it, and you'll be able to, you know, super chat, all that good stuff, and drop a comment. Okay? Yeah, you could drop a super chat comment or you could drop a regular comment. But comment. So let's get into it, guys. So here we have Colin Bell and Ralston Hyman on the Portland Spice TV show. Let's get into the history, because you see, a lot of the people out there in regards to the political history spreads a lot of misinformation about the People's National Party. And Ralston Hyman is one of those persons that he's a neutral. He's just going to tell the truth. He's about the facts of the matter economically. So let's check it out. Let's check it out.
804-7072. Where are the labor rights who are saying we're not in a recession and the country is in good economic standing? Where you all are? Why you can't make we hear some of the sense where you're
embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Is nonsense on the talking? Pure nonsense. Rally.
Emotional damage.
Let's take a little journey back to the 90s. Because I hear them say it was the 90s that PJ Patterson mashed up the country. Let's take a journey back in the 90s. The PNP won the election in 1989. What was the Jamaican economy like? Not just the debt to GDP. We know the debt to GDP was what? 265%?
262%.
262%, and the NIR was minus 500 million.
Yeah, which are two of the most important economic variables you can talk about, because although the economy grew by 5%, remember your debt to GDP was 262%. So although you grow by 5%, you weigh out a whack. So if you bring it down to an individual, although you weigh a couple more pounds, the amount of load that you're carrying was significantly higher than a couple more pounds. So the whole of your back and neck up.
Let's get something straight. In 1989, the economy was growing by 5%?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but hold on now. But the perspective, you have to understand the perspective. So one people have to understand the thing.
Yes.
So even if you grow by 5% and your debt grow at that rate, you're not reaching nowhere. You know what I mean?
I understand. The debt was big, was too big.
Yeah, man. So your neck are broke.
But who can...
So that's the first thing. The debt was cancelling out the growth in the economy. You understand? The man say, you weigh 200, you weigh 200 pounds, but you try to carry 1 ton. You're not going to.
Caused that debt to be so big, Raleigh, and what was the reasons?
But the government, that was the government who about the money.
Because
the government, during that time, Jamaica was the largest recipient of US debt, apart from Israel. So that was the Seaga-Reagan connection.
So we used to get anything we want from the US back.
Want to hear that? That was the Seaga-Reagan connection. Let's continue.
Then.
Yeah, because Seaga was America's money in the Caribbean, just like what we have right now.
And let me remind the people that for 6 years, it was one political side in the parliament. There was no opposition in the parliament.
Yeah, man.
So Edward Seaga had the opportunity to pass every bill, do anything he wanted to do.
Yeah, man.
And the best he could do was to take us to a debt ratio of 262% to the GDP that we had at the time. What was Jamaica's GDP at that time, Raleigh?
Well, we have to go back and do the research on that.
Okay. What was our job? What unemployment was like back then?
Unemployment was 24%. Poverty was 34%.
Unemployment 24%. Poverty was 34% under Papa Eddie.
Yeah, man.
Now, it is nice to put those figures out there because we know the labor rights they are listening. And we want you all to challenge those figures. We want to hear your figures out there. 262% debt to GDP, 24% unemployment. Poverty was what, 30 how much percent?
34%.
34% poverty.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Michael Manley and the crew. 1995, where was Jamaica's debt to GDP?
1995?
Yes, 95.
Whoa.
5 years after the PNP took government.
Well,
Because,
yeah.
man, do you think? We want to look at the trend, people, of when the debt start coming down. Because we know that in 2007, on social media, time 2% to 115% during the time when the labor right doggers were out there on social media.
Well, on 83.86%.
So at 1995, the debt to GDP come down to what?
83.86%.
83.86%. That time FinSac never come in yet.
Yeah, that time
It's come down to what?
83.86%.
83.86%. That time FinSac never come in yet.
Yeah, that time we paid off the IMF and left the IMF.
And say bye-bye
Yeah,
to the
man.
IMF. So we paid off the money them where Eddie Barrow.
Yeah, prior to that we couldn't pass the IMF program.
So what?
That was the first time we successfully navigated the IMF program. That people used to say Omar Davies' team better than the IMF team. That team included Derek Latimer, Shirley Tyndall as Financial Secretary, and Wesley Hughes as Director General of the Planning.
But really,
yeah.
that sound like that was the best financial period of Jamaica's history.
Yeah, well, we paid off the IMF. Yep.
At 1995, in 1989, the debt to GDP was 262%. And in 1995, we came down to 83.8%. Classic.
Jamaica, 262 minus 8. Listen that again.
Was 262%. And in 1995, we came down to 83.8%.
So,
Classic.
83.8% minus 262. How much we get? But let's try to show you the performance of the People's National Party economically. And these are statistics that cannot be denied. 83.8%. When you minus that, you get 178.2. So they shaved off 178.2% off of the debt to GDP at the time, and paid off the IMF at the same time. So the PMP has not only a history, but they have the muscle memory of how to pass IMF tests while recovering the Jamaica's economy. You know the muscle memory that the JLP have? Destroying the Jamaican economy. But the only reason why this particular administration has not totally destroyed the economy is because of the fiscal discipline that Mama P and her team wrote into law. So they can't break the law, Jamaica. They have to follow the law because they are lawmakers and they have to uphold the law. Let's continue.
They know them say the PNP can't manage the economy.
That's why we ended up in 2007 at 115 after FinSac.
After FinSac, but hold on, let's stay at 1995 a little bit. What was the unemployment rate at 1995 then? If we carry the debt down, my God, that means we nearly shave off almost 200% off of the debt to GDP, you know, man? From 262%. Hold on.
Don't do
Let me drop in the calculator.
Don't do much.
This is good stuff.
Yep.
262 minus 83.8 is 178.2%.
Yep.
We take
exactly.
off the debt to GDP, you know.
Exactly.
That was classic.
Exactly.
But by then, under Siaga, the banks and the non-deposit taking institutions were doing their shenanigans. They were organizing and building their edifice and using poor people money to buy them girlfriend, pretty car, misusing the deposits, misusing the investment of people. By that time, Siaga had borrowed the $30 million already, Rally?
No, not yet.
He never borrowed it yet?
Hold on. No, I'm sorry. Well, come to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the unemployment rate at that time was different. Agencies have a different rate. It was an average of about 16% at that time.
So it came down from 24% to 16%. And poverty?
Poverty, okay.
We're looking for the figures, people. We're not making them up. That's why it's taking Rally a little time, because in the past we're showing you a trend. Every time. Yeah? And these 5%. We brought, yeah? And these
it was 35% at that time.
So we brought it down from 34% to 25%. Hey.
That is phenomenal.
Now I get the history.
That is actually
so
phenomenal.
when you hear them I tell the lies, ask them for the numbers.
Yep.
Tell them to give you the numbers.
And you know how that
one of the most significant things is that at that time, the first time we ever successfully navigated an IMF agreement since we started to borrow from the IMF in 1962 was in 1995. The arrangement in 1992 to 1995.
So when PNP came in power in 1989,
Davies wrote his own programs. Yeah.
So hold on, when the PNP came in power in 1989, was there an IMF agreement in place? Hold on, caller.
Yeah, man. But we always have failed the performance target.
Oh, so we couldn't manage it. We couldn't cross it.
No.
We just never successfully completed an IMF agreement yet.
Hold on there. Good evening, caller.
Jamaica, when you hear that? JLP has never successfully passed the IMF agreement. None of the tests them they never pass it. Never. We just want them to understand. Remember good, yeah? Yeah.
That he wants to make. He's actually
just saying. Yes, Raleigh. Let's get back to that. This piece of history lesson you with upon.
Back to the history lesson.
So you were telling us that Omar Davis wrote his own plan, but
in IMF program.
But in 1989 we had a IMF deal.
Yeah, man.
Coming out of the Siaga era.
Yeah, man.
And in 1992, what? We renegotiate that deal?
Yeah, man. Omar Davis wrote his own program. The man very glad about there and Shirley Tinda.
Yes. And by 1995, you are saying that we paid off the IMF, not 97, it was 95, we paid them off.
95 months. I went on what we call a staff monitoring program.
Yes.
And we never went back there until 2010 after the mismanagement of the global economic crisis.
So from 1995 until 2010, Jamaica was without an IMF deal. We were managing, managing on our own. But Audley Shaw told us in the campaign that cheaper money than IMF. So we knew that he was going to take us back to the IMF. But before we got to the IMF, FINSA came into being when?
Well, the financial sector crisis started in basically 1992, 93 with Blaze Trust and Merchant Bank, and then mushroom in 1995 with Central National Bank, and then Workers Bank, and all of that. Go up to 1997 when FinSac was found by Davies. Yeah.
When did Siaga borrow that 30 million?
Yeah, within that period from Central National Bank. Central National Bank went down.
Which period? Between 92?
Yeah, and Central National Bank, yeah, man, because Central National Bank went down in 1996.
So, 1990 when?
6.
So, when Siaga borrowed the $30 million, he was not Prime Minister then?
No.
He was leader of the opposition?
Yeah, man.
So, my listeners and viewers, Raleigh, what are the reasons?
No, hold on. Yeah. Actually, I borrowed it when he was Prime Minister because he used it to build Karen also. Yeah, man. He was Prime Minister.
Yes, because so Anthony Abrams.
Yeah, man. That was a carryover. Yeah, man.
So, Karen Osa is the same place where we call Enchanted Gardens?
Enchanted Gardens, man. Yeah, man.
Yes. And that was the time when Anthony Abrams was Minister of Tourism.
Yeah, man.
And Member of Parliament for Eastern Portland. And he told the people that Rio Grande was not safe for rafting because they wanted the tourists to go to Ocho Rios and go raft on the Marta Brae so as to support Enchanted Gardens / Carinosa down at Ocho Rios because that was their business.
Yeah, man.
Them time the rally, we have 3 ships come up Port Antonio in one day, you know.
I remember Tony was the Minister of Tourism, right?
Yes, he was the first Minister of Tourism.
Yeah, man.
So, what caused the bank meltdown? What caused the bank them to crash rally? What caused the banks to get into trouble?
So, you know, part of the IMF agreement that they had at that time was to liberalize the foreign exchange market and to liberalize the trade regime. Remember, under the PNP administration, those things were not liberalized. So the Seattle administration started the liberalization process. One of the things that we had at that time, we never had a proper exchange rate system. We had an auction, and it was a monetary auction. Seattle used to monitor auction. Simply translated, they used to call some people and say, yo, the ball come today, the ball come tomorrow. The market never operates, right?
Right.
So
it makes it makes certain that there was no pressure on the market.
Yeah, so that's what we call a fixed exchange rate.
So I tell the businessman them say, hold off, nobody combine a dollars today.
Yeah, man.
Continue.
So we had this 550 rate. When them
So Jamaica, when you hear that, Siaga was micromanaging the exchange rate. That's wild.
The election, he went over BOJ on his farewell mission and say, yo, this thing is bust now. Follow me, I say, so if a finance minister and a prime minister go to the market and say something like that, so it means market players are going to react in a negative way.
So set up the country.
Yeah, man. So when foreign reserve, foreign exchange. So although we live in million the market, yeah, the man them say, all right, we have to liberalize the foreign exchange market. So although we liberalize the market, we never have any foreign reserve. The reserves are minus $500 million. So right away, the liberalization started when we were like about $7 to the US one. So after the liberalization, the whole thing bust. The speculators attacked the dollar and the dollar dropped to 21 and change. So we never have no reserves and you never have a proper banking act. Omar Davies put in a proper banking act and all of them things. Yep.
Yes.
So that is how the whole thing started. All hell broke loose. Everybody have it.
Hey people, you could have said Siaga sabotage Jamaica economy with the statement we make because of him, everybody start buy the dollar. Buy half the dollar, they never have no reserve, and then the dollar skyrocket from 7 all the way to 20. Siaga do that. Let's continue.
The rules now because there were no rules and all of them something. So that is how the whole thing started. Yep.
And the man them now start flaunt
investors
no money.
Rules. Yeah, man start doing the thing with them want do. The banks them start investing in concrete and steel and build up all kind of buildings. The bankers them started to use the depositors' money like a their money. Yep.
Yeah.
When they run out of money now, then go to the BOJ to borrow money from the BOJ. Because the BOJ don't want the system to collapse. So BOJ continue to lend them money to operate and then continue to exploit that. So that's one of the reasons why we end up now with a situation where the man them said the IMF people going to say, let the bank of Jamaica independent. Because when the bank are independent, the money always go to the bank to get money from the bank to keep.
Tell me something, Raleigh. Tell me.
That Jamaica, because of the malpractice, right? Man, I use people savings and I do all type of thing. Seeing the money them with them invest and I do all type of thing. USA have to step in and say, yo, you have to make the bank them independent because the man them abuse the system and enrich themselves. This was illicit enrichment. Right, that's all. That was illicit enrichment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. So how far that come from and who started? Alright. Who set the grounds it happen? Okay, good.
Tell me something. There was a vexed issue that the government bail out NCB but did not bail out the other banks. Tell us about that.
Well, what? No, let me tell you something. It is not fair to say that the government bail out NCB and never bail out the other banks because all of the banks them go down with money for taxpayers because the government continue to give them liquidity support.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not true because Central National got on with about $6 billion.
But that's one of the things that Arnisha was upset about, that the government never bail out other banks and bail out NCB.
Well, I said that is rubbish because the bailouts come in terms of giving them money, and I'm saying to you that the Bank of Jamaica provided liquidity support to all of them banks up to a certain point. That is why they go down. That is why they go down with money for the taxpayers. Yeah. So Century got on with about $6 billion. Delroy Lindsay and his banking group got on with about $7 billion. Eagle got on with about $14 billion. Yeah. That is how you get FinTech to try to sell assets to try to get back the taxpayers.
What was the cost to bail out NCB? Because NCB was bailed out.
$1 billion. Eagle got on with about $14 billion. Yeah. That is how you get FinTech to try to sell assets to try to get back the taxpayers.
What was the cost to bail?
So that's how FinTech was trying to sell assets to get back the people their money. So this thing where they make it look like a FinTech or something that was the cause of the problem. FinTech was the thing to try and fix the problem because of the malpractice. The telling us said this was going to be a class and a lesson. Want to listen?
Out NCB because NCB was bailed out.
Yeah, well, NCB was like $20 billion. So the total cost to the country was $140 billion because when the FinTech sell the assets, then when they take from the banks in order to get back the taxpayers' money that was poured into all of those institutions, it ended up costing the taxpayers $140 billion.
Because so why the asset could not cover the costs?
Yeah, but remember, say I have a whole heap of bad loans and all of them something, so it never cover the cost. Yeah.
Plus some of the assets were collaterals for multiple loans.
Precisely. Them call it evergreening. Them a process of evergreening. All of them things take place. So you have man use the same collateral to hold for loan.
Yes.
Yeah? The man got a bank and borrow with a collateral and the another bank a collateral. You have man who said they forgot to borrow.
Jamaica, you hear that? Listen, evergreening. Listen.
Precisely. Them call it evergreening.
Evergreening. So me have $50 million from the bank and me carry this $50 million go to the next bank and get another $50 million because of that. And then me carry that the $100 million there, go to our next bank, get $100 million there. Carry that $200 million there, go to our next bank and get $200 million more. Evergreening. Borrowing against money where they did borrow. From one back, a scamming that, you know. You see what the man when I go on with Doreen, how you doing, my honorable member, big up yourself. Mighty God.
Collaterals for multiple loans. Precisely. Them call it evergreening. Them a process of evergreening. All of them things take place. So you have man use the same collateral to hold for loan.
Yes.
Yeah? The man got a bank there and borrow with a collateral and the another bank a collateral. You have man who said they forgot to borrow.
Because Eddie
so the man they yeah man. The man they make sure, so ladies and gentlemen, they use the same collateral they must to borrow different loans from different banks. Imagine you use one car in a this sense and all maybe to understand. You use one car and it's that the one car is collateral for 7 different loans. If you fault upon one of the loans, then the car gone. So about the other 6 loans. If you fall upon any of them, you don't have no money for it. And then you hear the man say, some man say they never remember, so they did borrow the money. To all the man them a chop, they lying, ladies and gentlemen. Them never know, so them did borrow some money. What can go so?
What can go so?
I said he forgot that he borrowed $30 million US.
$30 million.
That $30 million rally.
Taxpayers of Jamaica.
The taxpayers of Jamaica.
So we the taxpayers of Jamaica, whoever lived that time, my mother, my father, everybody else, who did born before me and I work around that time. The money where Edward Siaga borrowed the US $30 million and set him figure out of our pocket and we have to pay for it. You want to see how them germs here, you want to see how them work? You want to see them something here? We have to pay for that, you know. These injustices, you know. And then people are honor these people and I talk about honorable, no backside. On to the man.
Yeah, man, that $30 million.
Yes, that's a part of the $140 billion we was to pay back. And what about US now? It was in Jamaican dollar, US now.
What about
$140 million to pay back? And Edward Siaga responsible for $30 million out of that 140. Mighty God.
people who lost their houses? They said that people commit suicide. People are still suffering because of FinSA.
Emotional damage.
Davis telling me on this program that all depositors got back their money.
All of the depositors got back their money. All of the people who have them insurance policies got back their money. That's a part of the 140 billion that we lost. Part of the thing is that you have people on another thing that you people need to know. So you go to a bank and you borrow money from the bank, right? The interest rate's gone.
Yeah.
So if you borrow money from a bank, and the cost of services, the loan is say $1,000 per month, then right, and you don't pay this month, the next month you have to pay the interest on the principal plus the $1,000 that you pay this month, and the whole thing just escalate, compound, we call it compounding, So that what happens to enough people, So it's a whole lot of things take place, So only for the borrowers them guilty of not dealing with the loans them properly because the system was so loose.
Was it a case with
Jamaica, on hear that? A lot of the borrowers them never deal with the system properly because it was so loose. So you see the one them with ball and sorry. Their hands not clean and that basically I need to understand. Their hands not clean. The one that when I follow the thing the proper way and have them insurance, then get back their money. Omar Davis tell it, so he might explain why some people, why them wouldn't get back their money. It's a lot of factors why they wouldn't get it back. Factors that is really a fault of their own. Hello, somebody.
here when some of the banks full, some people never pay upon them loan for all a year?
Of course, I want for that, man. I want for that take place, and some of them do it even before the people.
Was it a case where when some of the banks full, some people never pay upon them loan for all a year?
Of course, I want for that, man. I want for that take place, and some of them do it even before the falling take place.
Stop pay upon the loan?
Yeah.
Before I go to Neville, I have one more question to ask you. Not the final question on this, but I'm going to ask you this before I go to Neville. You, Ralston Iman, used to give Omar Davis hell. Why?
Well, my thing with him was that, you keep the interest rate high for too long. That was my thing. Because the way the inflation accelerates to over 90%, when do I use sharp, we call it in the economics, jack up the interest rates in order for contain that. And my thing to him was that you keep that too long.
So you were saying that, yes, it is a useful tool, but
you keep it for too long.
You overuse it.
Yeah, man, simple. And then come back and agree with that. Yeah.
Never.
Hello, good evening.
Well, go on, brother.
Yeah, never.
Well, much respect, Colin, we have to give you a promotion,
For what that now?
Yeah, man, I promote you to professor in my world, man.
For what? What want me to do so?
All right, wait upon them.
The bank will need to keep 10%. So that is why I call it fractional in the bank. Operate is what we call
it. We want back with money now, we go we need it back. What would that, Ralston? Tell me,
you have a run on the bank because we operate is what we call a fractional reserve banking system.
And them. If all of us should go to the bank now, like say we go to NP Bank, Jamaica, all who have them money put on a bank and believe say the money in the bank and wait upon them. If all of us should go to the bank now, like say we go to NPBR, like how BNS are come out for the stock market and say, we want back with money now, we go we need it back. What would that, Ralston? Tell me,
you have a run on the bank because we operate is what we call a fractional reserve banking system.
What is that?
In other words, the bank never have all of the money that you have in the bank at any one point in time. Because them things so when you come to make a withdrawal, somebody else come to make a deposit. That is how the system operates internationally. We call it fractional reserve banking. So tell them to learn about economics and finance. That's how the world operates. Yeah. So that is why central banks give the banks what we call cash reserve ratios and everything. So when the bank says you have a 10% cash reserve ratio, what am I saying to you say, when you bring $100,000 come at the bank will need to keep 10% of that in cash, $10,000, and then can put the rest in our securities and all of them stuff there. Yeah? If them find themselves in a problem, they approach the Bank of Jamaica, and the Bank of Jamaica sort out the problem to them temporarily. Yeah. So it's a fractional reserve system we operate because the
for only 10% of our money. So if you have $1 million in the bank, ladies and gentlemen, when the bank asks you, any one person at any given time is, we may get to understand, $100,000. The other 90% that circulate and are used to pay money around the firm. Ooh, let me play that back. Teachable moment.
What am I say? When you bring $100,000 come at the bank will need to keep 10% of that in cash, $10,000, and then can put the rest like in our securities and all of them something. Yeah? If they find themselves in a problem, they approach the Bank of Jamaica, and the Bank of Jamaica sort out the problem to them temporarily. Yeah. So it's a fractional reserve system we operate because they don't expect everybody to come at the bank at the same time. So that is why when you have lots of confidence in our bank, you have a run on the bank. Simple.
Never.
And the third time.
First, people play some dumb.
Yeah, Ralston. And
some people out there are forensic. Them want the report because 5 times Cliff you want.
Ralston. We need you on a wider scope to help rescue the Jamaican people.
Before to originate them something. Because the market has so much confidence.
From the high interest rate, what other issues you were having with Dr. Omar Davis and the administration at the time? But you back then, Raleigh, away from the high interest rate, what other issues you were having with Dr. Omar Davis and the administration at the time in managing the economy?
That was the main issue because that was the only thing that he really did wrong. Yeah,
wow.
In terms of the prolonged application of the high interest rate regime. That was the major problem. Yeah.
So you had no problem with us leaving the IMF and taking higher interest loans?
Well, one of the reasons for that, because when we're talking about higher interest loans, yeah. So the IMF put a constraint on you in terms of how you deal with things like investing in infrastructure and the social sector and all of those things. The country had enough confidence where they could have gone to the international capital market. So when the thing with the money are both right and about Moody's and S&P tell them that Omar Davis originate them something because the market has so much confidence in them. Obviously, I used to say, boy, Omar Davis, I just stay upon him phone on the Minister of Finance and call him, send them a foreign and get money for borrow.
Yes.
Yeah, that was all the criticism that they had at him because so much confidence in him. Obviously, I used to say, boy, Omar Davis, I just stay upon him phone on the Minister of Finance and call him, send them a foreign and get money for borrow.
Yes.
Yeah, that was all the criticism that they had at him, of him.
So you are saying that back in...
So Jamaica, the Omar Davis at the court in terms of the greatest, we can't call him the court. He's the greatest finance minister of all time. He's the F mode. He's a GMF mode. GMF mode. GF mode. He's the GF mode. The greatest financial minister of all time. The man is the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen, because think that the favor that he got based off the confidence that they had in him, he can just pick up your phone and get a loan. That's crazy. Let's play that back. That's crazy.
So when the thing with the money are both right and about Moody's and S&P tell them that Omar Davis originate them something because the market had so much confidence in him. Obviously, I used to say, boy, Omar Davis, I just stay upon him phone on the Minister of Finance and call him, send them a foreign and get money for borrow.
Yes.
So all of them are living in Omar Davis shadow. What a thing.
Yeah, that was all the criticism that they had of him.
So you are saying that back in the 90s, the rating agencies rate Jamaica highly?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because of Davis's performance.
What was the difference with IMF then and the difference with IMF now, if any?
IMF is easier to deal with now than in Davis time. Davis are the man.
So you are telling me, Sir Rasta and man, Jamaica Labour Party have an easier task with the IMF than Omar Davis the few time and then still mess up the other day and nearly send the country in an asylum under Bruce Golding tenure. literally send us in an asylum with the money may not do the none at all. Why may I tell you?
No team IMF in Jamaica. IMF was more rigid in the 90s, 70s, 90s, and 2000s. IMF more rigid than now. IMF easy now.
Is it true that back then they used to tell you exactly what to do, how to run the country when you take money from them?
Of course. That's why I tell you, David is the first Jamaican finance minister who wrote his own program. And make them know, say, we are right to program, you can't tell them what to do.
How did he achieve that though? What caused the IMF to give him that latitude?
Because of his competence and the competence of his team.
So alright. Let's look at FinSAC came into being now. Things get rough. $140 billion. What percent of GDP was that?
That was like 40% of GDP at the time.
So it cost the country almost half of the country's GDP to deal with the meltdown of the banks. To deal with the crashing of the banks. How many banks crash, Raleigh?
Holy man. All of the major ones, the entire financial sector basically wiped. The only banks that were left standing were the banks that were owned by international people. Citibank, NA, Scotiabank, the foreign banks then. Because they never go off course and get reckless because they have to follow with them headquarters.
What about the credit unions?
Credit unions never get because they're not reckless.
So all of the local bank them we're not going with all type of malpractice and that's why them crash.
So the banks at the time, because NCB also invest in farming and all of them kind of stuff back then.
Yeah, going on non-core business.
So the banks weren't just depending on giving loans and taking deposits. They were active in business.
Yeah, man.
No. So after the banks them crash and Dr. Davis put in FinSAC, at what stage did the Jamaican economy get back on track? Because you are saying 1995 our debt to GDP was 83.8%. When did we start losing back that kind of economic stability? And when did we get back on track?
Well, FinSAC was basically closed by 2001 and the economy started to move in a positive direction. So by 2007, the last time Jamaican economy grew by 3% was in 2007.
Not go so fast yet, because there was a time when we had high inflation. Tell us about inflation was what? 80% at one time?
Yeah, man, up to 90%. That is why that's why I tell about the sharp shock and the high interest rate regime. That is when him jack up the interest rate regime. Remember when Davies become finance minister? Davies now became finance minister in 1992.
1992.
The whole thing was in train already. He inherited that, yeah?
Yeah. So he inherited the collapse of the banks.
Yeah, and him created him inherit most of them things there. Yep.
So would you say
no man, Omar Davis cycle. So you have to say Omar Davis inherit the collapse of the bank then. Jamaica, no, and do so well. No, we need to put some respect for the man name. We need to put some respect for the man name, brother.
Would you say then that the issue with the bank started in the 80s under Siaga?
It began there and then it accelerated in the 90s.
Yes, right. So
after the liberalization of the foreign exchange markets without any proper preconditions in place.
So tell me now, FinSAC came into being. When did we hold on before we go there? So tell me about that high inflation. In what year? What were the years when we had that 80% inflation?
1992.
1992.
After the liberalization. Liberalization took place in September 1990 and all hell broke loose after that.
So right after the GLP lose, the strings that were holding the thing together bust up.
Yeah, man, because I said once I went to the BOJ and said the whole thing of a bus. And then the man was forced to liberalize the foreign exchange market under pressure from the IDB, the World Bank, and the IMF.
So
when we had no reserves to deal with it.
Was Siaga like a traitor to the country at the time then?
Well, I don't want to use the word traitor, but that was a very bad thing to do. A finance minister who is loyal to the country can't go and tell the market say the exchange rate of a bus after you lose. When the market they don't know from day one, say what you were doing was the wrong thing because you were suppressing the market because the 550 was a suppression because you can't have a 550 exchange rate when you don't have reserves and you have a massive trade deficit.
So
Siaga was a traitor, Jamaica. All engineered that. Him caused it. Yeah. Him no want to say it, me I say it. Him cause it. All those conditions that cause that, he is responsible.
let's go back to 1989. The debt to GDP was 262%. The net international reserve was minus 500 million, meaning that we never had no net international reserve. We actually owed people 500 million US.
Yeah, man, we're on massive trade deficits.
Massive trade deficit, unemployment 24%, poverty 34%. What was inflation then?
Inflation was 8.9%.
8.9%. So after him lose, inflation skyrocket.
Yeah, man, but basically skyrocket because of the movement in the exchange rate from 7 to 21.
From $7 to $21, triple.
After the liberalization of the foreign exchange markets.
How people manage then rally with that kind of inflation?
Well, boy, I tell you, it was very desperate.
So, when the inflation start going down?
Start go down, like when we start reach 1994, 1995 and everything.
So, go ahead.
Under the new IMF dispensation with Davies and Latibody and Charlatan.
So, 1992, who was finance minister? You Small?
Yeah, Davies took over from you Small.
So,
you Small took over from PJ and Davies took over from you Small. Yeah.
So, PJ was finance minister when Michael won 1989?
Yeah, liberalization. It was Foggy Mullins first and then PJ.
So, Michael was looking for stable hands?
Yeah, man.
Omar Davis did not win a seat in the 1989 election.
No, man. Omar became finance minister when PJ became prime minister. And Arthur Jones being the CEO of Jungle. Yeah.
Oh, so Michael resigned. Which year Michael resigned again?
Michael left in 1992, I think. 1991, 1992.
Right.
So Omar was PJ's finance minister.
So PJ go for Omar deliberately to put him on finance because Omar was at University of the West Indies.
Yeah, man. That's senior lecturer in the Department of Economics.
All right. So the debt to GDP was 83.8% in 1995. What was the cause of it now start going back up till it reached 115 at 2007?
Well, the whole thing is that 40% of your GDP wipe out because of the financial sector crisis. They must have a problem.
So the bank crisis was like Melissa then?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy impact on the economy. Yeah, 40%. Melissa 57. That was 40. Yeah.
40%.
Yeah, man.
What were some of the things, though, Raleigh, that we did to bring back the economy after that FinSac debacle, after the 262% debt to GDP?
Well, you had the massive Spanish invasion and you had the building of highways and all of them things there. And the highways, you have to say, waste them, they waste money by building highways and them things. You had the massive
What you mean massive invasion? But PNP never do nothing in the 90s. What are you talking about?
You have the massive Spanish invasion, you have the telecoms invasion. Where do you think Digicel come in? Digicel come in 2002. So, all them things, telecoms, massive Spanish invasion in the hotel sector, and the building of highways. So, those things.
So, all the Spanish hotel came here under PJ Patterson?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
The Highway 2000, the North Coast Highway, JUTC. What impact did those have on the economy?
Massive. The opening up of the telecom sector with Digicel and everything there. Yeah. The BPO sector, we were talking about now, started with them. Yeah.
The used car sector.
With Base 44.
Yo, man, I tell you, say, them thing you call financial history, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. All of them things. All of those things. The massive remittance inflows and all of them things started all of that time.
I am asking my listeners and viewers, are doing this deliberately, people. Are doing this deliberately. Because we have some young people out there who are on social media and they want to challenge some propagandists, but they don't have the facts. I'm asking you to invite them to look at this program and to get the facts. And also let them know that Ralston Iman lived the FinSac era. Which other journalists, Raleigh, who used to look at the economy?
Alright, so this I get long. You understand? So I want you guys, it's important. I try to make sure that I debone this particular interaction and just give you the financial history of it all, and I hope that it gets you a better understanding about FinSac and all of it. when they're talking crazy, you know what PJ did for this country, man, economically. I'm not saying the man was perfect, but he did a lot of good, ladies and gentlemen. So don't let them lie to you. You get what I'm saying? Don't let them lie to you. Understand the truth. You get me? Understand who is really about growing the economy. The two political parties, their history is quite clear, and we see who sabotaged our economy. But they don't want to say they sabotage is indirectly or directly. You can pick either one, but a sabotage went in place with Siaga, period, and that is on the books. That is on the history books. I don't remember one time when the People's National Party sabotaged our economy or mishandled it to the point of collapse. Point me to that history, and I will come and say I was wrong. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Be with myself. Guys, me not staying with me, you know. That is it, you know. Who forward, who listen. And then so me I left it. I just wanted to make sure say I put this on the record and go over this particular portion, this thing. If more people was here still would have stick around, you know. But me from what I try to get my sleep. I try to lie down early and all of these things. I try to change my habit. I get all of this and I mean I work hard. I like something but me I lessen the work from one year. I try to leave things. You see me? So the word is love. Bless upon yourself and see you guys tomorrow. Today Wednesday. No, today Thursday, guys. We passed 12 o'clock. Today is the 9th. Any match play today? Any match play today? On FIFA? Let's see. FIFA schedule. So today we have France and Morocco. And that's quarterfinals. Oh, quarterfinals, them are doing. Oh, okay. A quarterfinals then there. Oh, so Argentina would have played either Spain or Belgium or Norway and England. Yo, we think I get hot, Jamaica. I think I get hot. If Argentina beat Switzerland, I'm going to play one of them. So, yo, be a big team. Norway, England, Morocco, big side, France. Why France can't slay Morocco? Why? They're going to be tough. Belgium, Spain, that's going to be a banger. Spain has not lost, has had some clean sheets. Norway and England, very fitting. When it comes on to the culture of it all, that is a very fitting match. Switzerland and Argentina, oh, that's going to be a doozy. I think that's going to be one of the most. When it comes to goals, I really believe that Messi is going to have a hat trick in that game. So, I really do. But anyway, see y'all later, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessing, man. Y'all have a blessing. Y'all have a blessing. Knockout. I would love to see this table. Let's see. Oh, it's as I expected. So either Norway, man, Holland versus Messi. Yo, think about that, man. No disrespect to England. Holland versus Messi. I'm talking about the dude Holland versus Messi. Yo, man, this is gonna be a tough work. I don't know what people talking about when they talk about, you know what I'm saying, like France versus Belgium or Spain, Morocco versus Belgium or Spain. Yo, this World Cup is sick. Yo, this some quality teams, ladies and gentlemen. This is some quality teams. I ain't lying. But yeah, see y'all later, Doreen and Sparks. Thanks for being brave enough to say hi in the chat. I don't know what's going on with the other people that is watching, those watchers. I don't even know how the lights look still. But yeah, okay. I see we have most of the people that are here, they hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. See y'all later, man. I'm out. Peace.